What's up, guys, and welcome to another brand review. So today I wanted to talk about a product that I saw on the shelf. I actually thought it was something quite recent, and that was the Take 4 bar from M&S, which is essentially a KitKat dupe. And I thought this was something quite recent. You know, we see Aldi, Lidl doing a lot of dupes all the time. And I thought this was M&S's version of a KitKat dupe. But it actually turns out there's a bit of history behind this Take 4 bar. So Take 4 was actually first introduced in the late 1980s, 1987 to be precise, and that was under M&S's own brand name, which was St. Michael. So St. Michael was actually M&S's own brand name for their own range between 1928 and around the 2000s. And obviously it got discontinued. But then over the years, St. Michael has actually picked up a fan base around vintage and retro packaging. And what ended up happening is M&S used this and led them to actually reintroduce some of their own old products into market. And as you can see here, it actually says reintroducing M&S products. So it actually has a bit of history behind it. And I thought it was something quite recent. But this was M&S's version of a KitKat. So obviously, as you can see, it's got like 4 fingers. But it's actually got a retro design kept from the original packaging in the late 1980s. What has actually changed in the design is more so not the look, but mainly the functionality of it. This now being all plastic, before it would have been foil. But to mimic that foil look, they actually made these parts of the design silver to look like foil packaging. And obviously they don't have the paper anymore like traditional KitKat would have before. So I'm going to give it a go and see what they actually taste like. But yeah, this has actually got a bit of history behind it. So I thought I'd give it a go and give it a bit of a review. So 4 wafers, we understand it's going to be very similar to a KitKat. I mean, the design is completely different in the sense that it's actually broken up into a little bit further than just the 4 finger bars. So I'm going to give it a bit of a snap and a look. It looks as though it's got a lot of chocolate covering, which is quite nice to see. But I'm going to snap it from here. I think that's actually quite generous for chocolate to wafer ratio. I mean, it's definitely got a different taste to the chocolate, possibly a little bit sweeter than a KitKat. But I actually think KitKat's a quite top tier chocolate. But yeah, I like the idea that you could break it into 4, each wafer, and it kind of gives you a different way of eating the chocolate. I suppose if I was to break it like this and then take a bite, it actually allows you these sort of grooves to take a bite out of the section of the wafer that you want. But yeah, this is M&S's dupe of a KitKat.